In last lecture, what we have completed was about chambers, external structure of heart. Now, here onwards from lecture number 9, we will see human heart and its internal structure. So, internal structure of human heart, as you see here, it comprises of different parts. Okay, so here it is right atrium. You can see it is right atrium. This part is nothing but right atrium. This part is nothing but left atrium, and these parts are guarded by walls. These parts, atrium, ventricles, these parts are guarded by these walls. So there are different types of walls which are present in right atrium and left atrium also. Between atrium, ventricle, and in aorta, you can say aorta and pulmonary veins, they carry different types of walls. Okay, so here you will see this part is nothing but a right atrium, this part is nothing but a left atrium. Right atrium and right ventricle is guarded by a wall which is called as tricuspid wall. This white color part is nothing but a tricuspid wall. Wall means there are something like opening and closing mechanism. These are tricuspid walls. Between left atrium and left ventricle, there are walls present which are known as bicuspid, or it is also known as mitral wall. These walls, these walls are bicuspid and mitral walls. Okay, pulmonary veins and pulmonary arteries were guarded by a wall which is known as semilunar wall, which are known as semilunar wall, pulmonary semilunar wall. Here you can see these walls are known as pulmonary semilunar wall, or you can say semilunar wall. So these are the walls which are present in internal, which are present in heart. Why there is a need of this type of walls? To avoid the backflow of blood in the heart, these walls are very necessary. Suppose here the heart pumps the blood into pulmonary trunk for oxygenation to the lungs. If these two guards or these two walls are, if they are not present, it may happen that the blood which is pumped inside the pulmonary trunk will get back into the right atrium. Okay, so avoid that, for avoiding that backflow of blood, there is a wall present. There are walls present here in pulmonary trunk. There is a presence of semilunar wall, and in between right atrium and right ventricle there is a presence of tricuspid, and in between left atrium and left ventricle there is a presence of bicuspid wall, and these walls prevents backflow of blood into the hearts or away from the hearts. Okay, so these are the veins or these are the arteries, both are present. Here you can say this is aorta, this is aorta, which is the largest artery, which supplies blood to the most of the body parts from its branching. Aorta divides into different types of branching. For example, you can say left common carotid artery. Okay, here you can see there is a superior vena cava. In external structure of heart, we have seen this superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. Inferior मतलब होता है लोअर, और सुपीरियर मतलब होता है हायर, ऊपर की तरफ जो प्रेजेंट रहेगी वेन, दैट इज नोन एज सुपीरियर वेना कावा, एंड जो नीचे की तरफ वेन प्रेजेंट रहेगी दैट विल बी नोन एज इंफीरियर वेना कावा. Here you can see there are some mountain like structures which are present here. Pyramidal type structures are present here. These pyramidal structures are nothing but these are cardiac tendon. These are known as cardiac tendon, or you can say cardiac tendon, and these towards the apex or towards the outer side there is a presence of muscles which are known as papillary muscles. These are known as papillary muscles. And left and right side, right atrium, right ventricle, left atrium, left ventricle, these are divided by a septum which is known as interventricular septum. This is known as interventricular septum. It separates the two ventricle from mixing of the blood. So here these are the structures which are present inside your hearts. Most important, there are different types of walls which are present in both the sides, which prevents backflow of your blood into the heart or away from the heart. So this is the internal structure of human heart, which carries aorta, pulmonary trunk, pulmonary veins, pulmonary arteries, and all, etc. Okay, the atria, the upper thin walled, as we have completed in external structure, but here we are talking about the internal structure. So the upper or thin walled muscular chambers are known as the atria. Here these are the atrium, first right atrium and left atrium. Okay, so interatrial septum is responsible for, it is present here just behind the pulmonary trunk. Interatrial septum is present, which separates the two atria from mixing the blood. Okay, right atrium, here you see, you can see opening for three major veins. Right atrium is responsible, or you can say it it carries three openings. The first one is known as superior vena cava. Here you can say superior vena cava. We will change the color. Superior vena cava opens into right atrium. Superior vena cava opens into right atrium. Inferior vena cava, you can see here also, it comes from the behind and it opens into right atrium. Third one, coronary sinus. Coronary sinus, what is coronary sinus? Coronary sinus is nothing but coronary sinus is nothing but a vein which carries deoxygenated blood from the heart muscle, and it directly opens into the right atrium for oxygenation. Okay, so this is coronary sinus. So there are three major veins: superior vena cava, inferior vena cava, and coronary sinus. Okay, inferior vena cava is guarded by a wall which is known as ischian wall. Inferior vena cava, यहाँ पर जो inferior vena cava है, ये इसके अंदर एक wall present रहता है, वो wall कहलाता है क्या? Ischian wall. This is ischian wall. Why there is a presence of ischian wall? Because it prevents backflow of blood. Okay, coronary sinus, it also contains a wall which is known as Thepsian wall, These two walls are apart from the wall which we have studied here: tricuspid mitral wall and semilunar wall. So inferior vena cava contains ischian wall, coronary sinus contains Thepsian wall. Now the the left upper part shows four openings. The first, two for the right, two for the left pulmonary vein. Okay, here you can say these are the two left pulmonary veins. These are the two left pulmonary veins. Okay, two for the right and two for the left. Here, right pulmonary vein and left pulmonary vein. So these four openings are in left atrium. Ventricles, lower thick walled large chamber, these are known as ventricles, and this left ventricle is larger than the right ventricle. As you know, left ventricle has to, actual pumping of blood comes from the left ventricle for the body parts. So that's why the muscle of the left ventricle, or you can say the size of the left ventricle, is higher than the right ventricle. Also, the walls of the left ventricle is thicker. Okay. Now both the ventricles are separated by a septum which is known as interventricular septum. These are known as interventricular septum. Okay, so inner surface of the both ventricles have muscular ridges. As you know, as I told you that there are some pyramidal shape structures are present here. These pyramidal structure shape are nothing but they are known as cardiac tendon. These are known as chordae tendineae. And okay, so some peculiar type, or you can say particular types of these ridges are like pillar, and these pillar like muscles, or you can say muscular part, is known as papillary muscles. These are known as papillary muscle. Here, these are papillary muscles. These are papillary muscles. Okay, so these papillary muscles are also present. Now right ventricle, pulmonary trunk arises anteriorly from the right ventricle and divides into right and left pulmonary artery. देखिए pulmonary trunk, you can see here pulmonary trunk, it divides into right pulmonary vein. Okay, left ventricle, systemic aorta, left side carries oxygenated blood, so that's why here systemic aorta is present. You can see this is aorta, as I told you, this is aorta. Okay, so systemic aorta anterior side से ऊपर की तरफ निकलता है, which carries oxygenated blood from all towards the all parts of the body. So these are the structures which are internally situated. Okay, now there are some walls, arterioventricular walls, or you can say AV walls. The right arterioventricular aperture is guarded by three thin leaf-like cups. These are called known as tricuspid wall. So this tricuspid is nothing but arterioventricular wall. Arterio means atria, ventricular means ventricles. So in between the ventricles and the atrium there is a presence of wall which we are calling tricuspid wall, we are calling tricuspid wall. Here you can say this is tricuspid wall. These are tricuspid wall. The left arterioventricular aperture, right arterioventricular aperture, it is covered by tricuspid. Okay, the left arterioventricular aperture is guarded by two thin leaf-like cups which are known as bicuspid. Here it is bicuspid, here it is tricuspid. So it is bicuspid and tricuspid walls. Semilunar walls, the opening of systemic aorta into left ventricle, opening of systemic aorta. Here you can underline this, systemic aorta. The opening of systemic aorta is guarded by semilunar walls. These walls prevents the backflow of blood. So this is the structure of internal structure of human heart. It contains different types of walls: arterioventricular wall, left and right both, semilunar wall, which are responsible for preventing the backflow in systemic aorta. Okay, systemic aorta. So these are the internal structure of human heart. For the understanding of this internal structure and how the heart works, we will have to see a video which is animatory video. I will show you in the next slide here. Okay, so let's see.
Your heart is a pump. It's a muscular organ about the size of your fist and is located slightly left of center in your chest. Your heart is divided into the right and left side. The division protects oxygen-rich blood from mixing with oxygen-poor blood. Together, your heart and blood vessels comprise your cardiovascular system, which circulates blood and oxygen around your body. In fact, your heart pumps about 5 quarts of blood every minute, and it beats about 100,000 times in one day. That's about 35 million times in a year. Oxygen-poor blood, blue blood, returns to the heart after circulating through your body. The right side of the heart, composed of the right atrium and ventricle, collects and pumps the blood to the lungs through the pulmonary arteries. The lungs refresh the blood with a new supply of oxygen, making it turn red. Oxygen-rich blood, red blood, then enters the left side of the heart, composed of the left atrium and ventricle, and is pumped through the aorta to the body to supply tissues with oxygen. 4 valves within your heart keep your blood moving the right way. The tricuspid, mitral, pulmonary, and aortic valves work like gates on a fence. They open only one way and only when pushed on. Each valve opens and closes once per heartbeat, or about once every second. A beating heart contracts and relaxes. Contraction is called systole, and relaxing is called diastole. During systole, your ventricles contract, forcing blood into the vessels going to your lungs and body, much like ketchup being forced out of a squeeze bottle. The right ventricle contracts a little bit before the left ventricle does. Your ventricles then relax during diastole, and are filled with blood coming from the upper chambers, the left and right atria. Then the cycle starts over again. Your heart is nourished by blood too. Blood vessels called coronary arteries extend over the surface of your heart and branch into smaller capillaries. Here you can see just the network of blood vessels that feed your heart with oxygen-rich blood. Your heart also has electrical wiring, which keeps it beating. Electrical impulses begin high in the right atrium and travel through specialized pathways to the ventricles, delivering the signal to pump. The conduction system keeps your heart beating in a coordinated and normal rhythm, which in turn keeps blood circulating. The continuous exchange of oxygen-rich blood with oxygen-poor blood is what keeps you alive.